Sleeping in a tent is difficult for many reasons. Bugs, cold, sore back, and honestly, it can be really creepy. So if you're having a hard time making it through the night at camp, here's 5 mistakes you're probably making. First up, one of the biggest mistakes campers make is choosing the wrong sleeping pad, or worse, skipping it entirely. A lot of people grab the cheapest foam pad they can or assume that their air mattress from home will do the job. New campers often don't even realize how much a sleeping pad actually impacts both comfort and warmth. They might pick a pad completely based on price or weight, ignoring critical factors like insulation or thickness. Some ultralight backpackers even ditch the pad altogether, thinking that they can tough it out on the bare ground. So what's the problem with this? Well, I don't need to tell you that sleeping on uneven or hard ground without proper cushioning is going to lead to a lot of pressure points and absolutely no sleep whatsoever. Lack of sleep means a bad hike the next day. Second, there's a real risk of actually getting hypothermia. Sleeping pads provide insulation, measured by something called R value. Cold ground acts like a sponge for your body heat. It sucks the warmth right out of you in your sleeping bag or quilt. A low R value pad, like one rated at about 1, can leave you absolutely shivering, even if you're in a good sleeping bag. And uneven surfaces can strain your back or joints, leading to soreness or even potentially injury over multiple nights. Okay, so here's how to fix it. Choose a sleeping pad with an R value that best fits your environment. So go for R values of about 1 or 2 for summer camping, 3 to 4 for 3-season trips, and 5 or higher for winter. For example, the Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm with an R value of about 7.3 is actually a favorite for cold conditions. Inflatable pads with 3 to 4 inches of thickness are great for side sleepers, and foam pads are super durable for really rugged terrain. Test your pad at home to make sure it suits your sleep style. Side sleepers, for instance, need more cushioning for their hips and shoulders, and that's what I am, a side sleeper, so I should know. And here's a pro tip for you. Pair your inflatable pad with a foam pad for extra insulation in really harsh conditions. One problem that finally has the ability to be eliminated is blowing up your sleeping pad with your own breath. It's like the worst. And I have a never before seen gadget that is better than any other option I have ever used. It's a brand new air pump that only weighs 1 ounce. It's called the Gigapump Air by Airgogo. By switching to power bank support, Gigapump Air has removed the need for a built-in battery, giving you unlimited runtime. So essentially say goodbye to battery anxiety and enjoy reliable power whenever you need it, wherever you are. Gigapump Air delivers an impressive ultra-low power consumption performance. When it's powered by a 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank, it consumes just 40 milliamp hours per minute of inflation. That's actually setting a new benchmark in power efficiency for portable devices. Gigapump Air isn't just powered by a power bank, you can actually plug it into any device that supports 5-volt, 3-amp output. Whether it's a smartphone, a solar panel, an outdoor light, or a Bluetooth speaker, as long as it delivers the required power, it can run the pump. This flexibility gives you more ways to stay light, mobile, and ready for adventure. With a high pressure of 3.5 kPa, Gigapump Air inflates your gear to a fully expanded, firm state. This added pressure gives mattresses, pillow, and pads better shape, structure, and support, so you can truly rest with comfort and confidence. Delivering a powerful airflow of 300 liters per minute, Gigapump Air makes inflation fast and effortless. From pillows to sleeping pads to full-size airbeds, it gets the job done in seconds, letting you settle in sooner and relaxing the night away. The Gigapump Air comes with 6 different nozzle sizes, with the main unit itself also serving as a nozzle. And the pump body itself adapts to most nozzle types, covering all your inflation and deflation needs for everyday use. Gigapump Air also has a Type-C female port, making it convenient to use with cables of various lengths. So if you want to get your hands on the Gigapump Air yourself, all you've got to do is go in the description below, click the link, and pick one up yourself. And thank you so much to Airgogo for sponsoring this video. Now let's talk about a huge mistake: ignoring campsite selection. Setting up your sleep system without carefully choosing your campsite can ruin your night. Rookie campers often pick the first flat spot that they see without checking for rocks, roots, or a slope. It's super easy to camp based on the views while forgetting where you're actually at, possibly setting up under dead trees or in low-lying areas. prone areas to flooding. And let's be honest, after a long day of hiking, being tired can lead to a lot of rushed decisions, ignoring things like wind exposure or poor drainage. Sleeping on a slope forces your body to slide or tense up all night, which isn't great the next day, especially when you're navigating the backcountry completely exhausted. Pitching in low areas near streams or rivers can lead to flooding during sudden rain, soaking your gear. And setting up under dead trees or loose rocks increases the chance of injury from falling branches, especially in windy conditions. And open exposed areas mean more wind and weather, which is also going to affect how you sleep. Okay, so how do you fix this? First of all, look for your campsite during the day. Look for flat, smooth ground with no rocks or roots. A slight incline is probably okay, but make sure that your head is uphill. Avoid low-lying areas near water depressions where rain can pool, and check for signs of previous flooding, like debris lines. Always look up for what we call widowmaker branches or loose rocks, and avoid pitching under dead trees. Use natural windbreaks like brushes or boulders, and set up your tent so its strongest end is facing into the wind for better stability. Okay, mistake number 3. Using a sleeping bag with the wrong temperature rating for the conditions. This is an absolute recipe for discomfort. Either you're freezing because your bag's too cold, or you're sweating because it's too warm. And a lot of people don't realize the difference between a bag's comfort and the limit ratings. For example, a 20-degree Fahrenheit bag might have a comfort rating of 32 degrees, meaning it's only cozy above freezing. Some assume that their summer bag will work in shoulder seasons, or overestimate how much cold they can handle. Other people buy oversized bags for comfort but lose heat because of the extra space inside. The dangers are real. If your bag's too cold, your body struggles to maintain its core temperature. On the flip side, a bag that's too warm, you'll sweat all night, leading to dehydration or damp gear. To fix this, check what's called the EN or ISO temperature ratings on sleeping bags. The comfort rating is for a standard woman to sleep comfortably, while the limit rating is for a standard man to survive without shivering. Here's my best advice for choosing the right sleeping bag or quilt. Match the comfort rating to the lowest expected temperature and add a 10-degree Fahrenheit buffer for safety. Okay, for example, for 30-degree nights, choose a bag with 20 degrees comfort rating. In a pinch, you can add an extra quilt or a liner. Quilts are especially great for ultralight backpackers. You just want to make sure that your bag or quilt fits to minimize dead airspace, but do not sacrifice mobility or you'll feel like a mummy all night, and I suppose that's actually why they call it a mummy bag. Terrible name. So test the bag at home and check the fit. If worse comes to worse, you wear extra clothes like a puffy jacket. Mistake number 4, neglecting ventilation and condensation. In cooler temperatures, you'll heat up the inside of your tent more than you realize, which means that your tent walls will act like the side of a cold soda can and collect water. Poor tent ventilation makes this a lot worse and can leave your gear and sleeping bag damp. People often zip up the rain fly completely to stay warm or to keep bugs out, trapping the moisture from their breath and sweat. And sometimes newer campers can choose a single wall tent for weight savings without actually understanding their ventilation limitations. Open your tent during the night to ventilate as much as you're comfortable. Here's another pro tip. If you can, pitch your tent with the door facing away from the wind and rain to get airflow for less water getting in and drafts. Finally, let's talk about the mistake number 5, overlooking your normal routine. Okay, so what do I mean by this? I try to make my sleep system feel as much like my bed at home as humanly possible. So I choose a sleep system that actually mimics the comfort and firmness of my home setup as much as possible. It sort of like tricks my brain into thinking it's my own bed. I also play background noise on my iPhone, like white noise or a fan sound, basically to replicate the fan that I sleep with at my house. So to keep my phone going all night with that noise, I actually plug it into a small battery bank. And here's a pro tip. Use a sleep mask or earplugs if you're sensitive to light or noise in the backcountry. How do you sleep in the backcountry? Good? Bad? Have a sleep setup tip or camping horror story? Drop it in the comments below and we will see you on the next one.